This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. e.l.f. says it'll blur pores, smooth skin, and make your makeup last longer. But after using it daily for weeks, I discovered a few things they didn't tell you in the ads. Is it the holy grail primer for budget beauty lovers? Let's find out. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer Product Overview. So, what exactly are we looking at here? This is the original Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. Cosmetics. First launched a few years back, it's sort of a cult favorite in the drugstore world. The version I'm testing is the creamy putty type, as opposed to the newer liquid putty line. It's marketed as a face primer that grips makeup for long wear, smooths the skin's texture, and minimizes the appearance of pores. It contains squalane for moisture and sits in that sweet spot between hydrating and blurring. e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer Performance. Alright, specs are cool, but how does this thing feel day to day? I've worn the primer under both lightweight tinted moisturizers and full coverage foundations for errands, Zoom calls, and even a couple of evenings out. First impression, when you scoop a small amount, a pea size, it feels thick, almost balm-like, but your fingers heat it up and it melts into a velvety layer. Many users mention that it has a slip when applying. I found that, indeed, too much and it doesn't settle well. Just the right amount gives a smooth base. In terms of longevity, it doesn't magically stop oil from breaking through entirely, especially in my T-zone after about 7 to 8 hours. But as a base, it does help my foundation go on more evenly and resist patchiness. Some testers say it can last up to 10 hours. However, unlike heavy-duty primers, it's not a lock-in forever product. I still use setting powder and spray for longer wear. Features and tech. Let's pick out what's interesting under the hood. Squalane and hydrating base. Unlike primers that are pure silicone or super matte, e.l.f.'s inclusion of squalane gives it a mild hydration component. That helps avoid that tight, dry feeling some primers cause. Velvety putty texture. The putty formula is unusual for primers. It's solid in the tub, but melts with warmth. The benefit, it glides smoothly without tugging and helps disguise uneven texture. Blurring or gripping makeup. It's formulated to grip onto foundation and prolong wear. In practice, it helps reduce sliding, though it's not super aggressive about it. It does create a smoother canvas so your base products behave better. Design and build. In the beauty world, build is more about packaging and usability. The original putty comes in a small pot with a screw lid, around 21 grams. Some users mention hygiene issues, dust or product mixing over time, so many clean the edges or use a spatula instead of scooping directly. Aesthetic-wise, the putty is a pale pink, slightly tinted, but it goes on clear. The container is compact and travel-friendly. It's not luxe glass, so no fragile worry, but the lid can attract product residue, so wiping it now and then helps. Pros. Very affordable for what it offers. Smooth, comfortable texture that feels good on skin. Soft blurring of pores and improved foundation application. Works across skin types, especially normal to dry or combo. Cons. Doesn't fully erase large pores. Not a powerful oil control or lock-in primer. Jar packaging needs care for hygiene. Over-application can make makeup slip. Final verdict. Okay, so who is this primer actually for, and is it worth your money? If you're someone who wants a better-than-basic primer base without breaking the bank, the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer is a strong contender. For everyday wear, it gives that silky canvas, softens texture, and helps your base products behave better. It's especially good if your skin leans towards normal, combo, or even slightly dry. If you have very oily skin or huge pores and you're chasing a high-gloss, blur-everything effect, this might not be the one for your heavy-duty days. In those cases, layering it under a more intense mattifying or gripping primer can help.